My whole fucking life is funny.
Okay, say anything funny.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Welcome to One on One with Jane. I'm your host, and today I have Dawn on my show. She's actually a comedian in Detroit, Michigan, and she's been doing comedy for several years now. What actually got you into comedy?
Well, I went to a fundraiser and met Bill Pashard, Carl Johnson, and Jeff Horst. And my girlfriend's like, you got to do comedy. They're doing comedy. You got to get up there and do comedy. So I started taking a class with Bill Pashard and went on stage at Joey's and went on stage at Mark Ridley's, and there's that.
Okay.
Just beat the path.
Did you ever make up anything on the spot, or do you usually write your material?
I usually write my material. Sometimes, I was told not to make up stuff on the spot, just to stay focused on my bit.
Did they actually say that to you in a comedy class?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's beneficial to choose a comedy class, or no?
Oh, yeah, I do. I think it's beneficial to take the class because you learn a lot.
Did you ever feel like punching someone out after a show?
No. Maybe someone wanted to punch me out.
Did you ever get heckled on a show?
Oh, yeah. Yep. And I immediately put that woman down. She shut her mouth.
Okay. Did that ever, like, for example, I actually had someone that heckled me for a long time. So instead of me offending him, it was my own show. The puppet turned around and offended him nonstop, and I was getting a lot of laughs because the puppet was right on the spot.
Right. Well, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah, it's on the YouTube. It was a long show. I ran my own show, and I was about to faint after sleeping for a few hours throughout the whole night. Thank God one of my friends was there to help me through it. What was your favorite night?
Well, there was a couple. I would say my first time on stage when I went on Joey's, that was fun because a bunch of my friends came out, and just to hear them laugh, that was fun.
I noticed on social media sites, I was trying to follow some of the bits you were saying. Sometimes you're online. When I was live online, so I couldn't go online. It's like we both thought of it at the same time. So I was thinking, wow, she's pretty funny. And you said something funny about the grocery store, and I was thinking about I got pissed off. I was like, she has to be in my show. So did you? So in order to get rid of a big line at the post office, I was thinking maybe I should cough, and if I cough, everybody will run.
Right.
So I was thinking the puppet should really cough and burp at the same time, and then and fart, all three things at the same time. Everybody will go running.
Well, you might have to put a mask on your puppet.
Yeah, I know. To teach you, I was thinking about running around my puppet. I haven't did this in this area yet for attention, and videotape myself to go live on Facebook.
Why not?
I did that before. So is anyone else funny in your family?
Well, my dad was a professional clown, so I would say that I got my humor from him, and my humor from my childhood, and just trying to cope with the situation.
Do you think it's like therapy for you when you do comedy?
Oh yeah. When I open up my thing now, my bit, I say it took me a half a bottle of Xanax to get up on the stage. As I look around, looks like some of you took the other half of the bottle. What is it? My psychiatrist says I have a chip on my shoulder. I looked at her and said, Lay's, Pringles, or Better Made. I haven't done comedy in a while.
Do you ever keep it clean, or do you always have to say something dirty?
I say dirty. It was really hard for me to stay clean.
Yeah, you know what?
It's not in my nature. People aren't used to me being clean. They're used to foul mouth.
Yeah, you know what happens? More people are used to someone saying something dirty. When I was saying something dirty on stage, people laughed. When I said something clean cut, nobody's laughing.
Right.
Yeah, I noticed it everywhere I went for a long time. And I was like, I'll stop for a
Well,
while.
we're basically telling jokes about the things they think about.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You know, they think about it, and we write a joke about it.
So I was just curious, did you ever sleep with someone that was funny or hang out with someone that's funny? Sometimes women like someone that's funny too, but usually it's a girl that's more funnier than a guy. You know what I mean? It depends.
Yeah, I hung out with this guy about a month and a half ago. He's like, "Yeah, I could do comedy. I could get up on stage for about an hour and shoot and pick on everyone." I just looked at him and I said, "You ain't gonna last no hour. You'll last 5 minutes if that. You don't."
Uh-huh.
He goes, "But I'm funny." I'm like, "Whatever."
I know. I was actually hanging out with someone that I liked, and I met him when I was campaigning. And I said, "Look at this comedy joke I made. Like, what do you think of this joke?" He's like criticizing every little joke I wrote. And I reminded him 2, 3 weeks ago we started talking again because he lives close by. And he said, I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about. He doesn't remember. He's older. And then he wants to see where I live, and I'm not going to tell him where I live because he'll
No.
be driving around looking for me. You know what I mean? He wants to create a prop for my show. There's no way. Um,
Yeah, since I've been divorced, I've made a lot of mistakes in the dating scene.
oh
I let
wow.
a couple people know where I live, and I shouldn't have.
Oh. So do you think you're gonna go back on stage again?
Sure,
Uh,
sure.
do you like picking on people on stage?
No, not really. It's too easy.
Okay. Yeah, because
I
I
mean,
keep.
you can mess with people in the crowd. It's just too easy.
Oh, you know why? Because I keep thinking, what if you said something and someone sucker punched you in the middle of something? You never know.
I've never had anybody do that. I never. No, I've never had anybody get really upset where they wanted to punch me out. They've come up to me after and said, "Jesus, your jokes are something else."
Did you ever do any acting?
No.
Do you think you could sucker punch someone?
Oh yeah.
Give me an example of what you would do.
Well, I know I've gotten in a lot of fights,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, I could sucker punch someone.
Well, thanks a lot for being on One with Jane.
Thanks, Jane.